Good day. Our headline, from Washington with billions, President Marcos Jr. secures economic gains. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. recently concluded a three-day official visit to Washington, D.C., which began on July 20, 2025. This was a significant visit as he was the first Southeast Asian leader to be invited by U.S. President Donald Trump to the White House since Trump's second term began. Here's a summary of what he achieved during his visit: trade agreement and tariffs. A key outcome was a trade agreement with the U.S. President Donald Trump announced that the U.S. would impose a 19% tariff rate on imports from the Philippines, down from a previously threatened 20%. In return, the Philippines would offer an open market with no tariffs on U.S. goods. While a 1% reduction might seem small, President Marcos Jr. called it a significant achievement, in real terms, paving the way for further negotiations. This deal is expected to benefit Filipinos through potentially lower prices on imported goods like vehicles, agricultural products, and pharmaceuticals. Investment pledges. President Marcos Jr. returned to the Philippines with over $21 billion in investment pledges from major American companies. These commitments are across various sectors, including infrastructure, healthcare, semiconductors, renewable energy, and digital technology, with the potential to create thousands of jobs. Foreign assistance. The U.S. Department of State announced at least 3 billion pesos or approximately $60 million in foreign assistance funding for the Philippines, supporting energy, maritime, and economic growth programs. This is notably the first announcement of new foreign assistance from the Trump administration since it began reviewing and realigning foreign assistance in January. Additionally, the U.S. intends to allocate 825 million pesos, $15 million, to boost private sector development in the Luzon Economic Corridor, focusing on transport, logistics, energy, and semiconductors. Reaffirmation of alliance and security cooperation. The visit strongly reaffirmed the Ironclad commitment to the US-Philippines alliance and the 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty. Discussions with President Trump, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth focused on strengthening defense and security cooperation, particularly in the face of increasing assertiveness by China in the South China Sea. Topics included cybersecurity, energy supply, resilience, and critical infrastructure. The U.S. also pledged support for modernizing the Philippines' armed forces and enhancing its maritime capabilities. Regional peace and stability. Both leaders exchanged views on key regional and international security issues, emphasizing cooperation to address common challenges and priorities in the Indo-Pacific region. Marcos thanked the U.S. for its consistent support for regional peace and stability and upholding the rule of law in the South China Sea. Invitation to Trump. President Marcos Jr. extended an invitation to President Trump to attend next year's ASEAN Summit in Manila, which will coincide with the 80th anniversary of U.S.-Philippines diplomatic relations and the 75th anniversary of the Mutual Defense Treaty. Overall, the visit aimed to solidify the strategic partnership between the Philippines and the U.S. across economic and security dimensions, with concrete outcomes in trade, investment, foreign aid, and defense cooperation. Thank you for listening. Until our next episode, this is AR-WorldNews giving you insights and updates around the world. Please take care and be safe.